Hey there, welcome back to the video. Today I have the 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL Plus. So this generation Sonata is entering its 4th model year in production. I know that's kind of hard to believe that this generation has already been out for that long, but some of the leaks out there in the last 6 to 8 months or so have suggested that the Sonata might be killed off in the next 1 to 3 years, which I think is a little bit unfortunate because this is a great mid-size car and is very competitive in its class. Now, speculation aside, the SEL Plus trim sits between the SEL Convenience and the N-Line trims in the Sonata's lineup and is the cheapest trim that you can get the 1.6 liter turbocharged engine, which gives you a nice bump in power over the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine. Now for 2023, the only change specific to the SEL Plus trim was the loss of the highway driving assist function. Now I'm not exactly sure why they took this away from this trim, but it is still available on the N-Line and Limited trims. So if you want that feature in particular for the 2023 model year, you're gonna have to look at one of those instead. And if you're curious about what changed on the other trims of the Sonata, I have a dedicated video here on the channel. I'll go ahead and link it up in the corner. And when it comes to pricing, the 2023 SEL Plus went up $525 over the last model year, which brings the entry-level price to $33,070, including destination. So with all that information out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at what the 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL Plus has to offer. So the Sonata in front of us is finished in Hampton Gray with the black interior, and I have to say this color is very common, at least in this model year of Sonata. I'm not exactly sure why. It's a great color. You can see here in the sunlight it has a good amount of metallic flake in the paint, but overall it is getting a little long in the tooth in my opinion. But overall it is still a nice color if you like this tone of gray. The SEL Plus trim has kind of always interested me in this generation Sonata, given the value it provides with the creature comforts and also the sporty design aesthetics on the exterior as well as the interior. I've just always been interested in this, and the fact it gives you the 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. But starting up front, you do have your LED daytime running lights that blend into the trim on the hood, as well as LED reflector headlights. These are not the LED projectors that you get on the Limited trim. The front bumper has a ton of gloss black accents, as you can see. Gives it a nice contrast and again that sporty appearance. The corners of the bumper do feature aerodynamics that help direct air around the wheels and tires for better aerodynamics and fuel efficiency. Coming to your wheels and tires, these are your 19-inch SEL Plus specific wheels. These are 245, 40, 19-inch Pirelli all-season tires. They do have a nice aesthetic to them with the dark gray and the machine finish. Again, going to that sporty appearance. Gloss black mirror caps with LED turn signal indicators, as well as gloss black side skirt extensions. Hyundai Digital Key 1 on this vehicle, so Android devices only. You do have a panoramic sunroof as well. Coming to the back, you'll find more of the gloss black accents that continue on. LED taillights with incandescent turn signals. And that paint match center portion of the rear bumper with the little diffuser extensions. The 1.6T badge, since this is 1.6T. Integrated backup camera. And your dual tip exhaust on the right side of the vehicle. But overall, this is a very handsome looking trim and definitely gives you that premium aesthetic, like I said, with the panoramic sunroof, so it gives it that blacked out look. Overall, I do really like it. Maybe not my favorite color or first choice in color, but it does look very nice. One thing I forgot to mention, you do get blind spot indication in the mirrors. So here on the interior, all the SEL Pluses get the same interior trim, which is black with red accents. So starting out here on the door panel, you do have soft touch materials on the upper half of the door. Silver accented door trim. Power windows, mirrors, locks. Bose premium audio system on the SEL Pluses. Good amount of storage in the lower door. Not sure why they got to tell you it's Bose up here and Bose down there, but they want to make sure you know it's Bose. Power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar. And there are some of those red accents I was referring to, and this does have a suede insert material similar to the N-Line trim, but those are different seats in the N-Line. But overall it looks very good and they are very comfortable as well. Stepping inside, go ahead and start it up. So immediately you're greeted to the fully digital gauge cluster. This is a 12.3-inch screen. This is the same one overall found in the Hyundai Santa Fe trims. But I really do like this gauge cluster because it's set back in the dashboard. It looks more traditional from the outside. It's not like a tablet style that's kind of stuck up there on the dash. But overall, it has a ton of user customization, changes with the drive modes. Overall, it's just a very enjoyable gauge cluster to use. Has good colors and resolution, everything like that. The steering wheel, as you can see, does have red accent stitching and some perforated leather on the left and right side. Silver accented trim. The left side of the steering wheel has your audio and voice command controls as well as your Bluetooth phone controls. On the right side, you have some of your Hyundai safety suite. Like I said, this is a 2022 model, so it does have the highway driving assist included, but you would not be able to tell the difference here because it also has lane following assist for the 2023 model. So overall, the controls are going to be the same, but you do have your controls for that digital gauge cluster. So you can cycle through some of the menu options there from here on the steering wheel. Smart cruise control, lane follow assist, all that good stuff with the Hyundai safety suite. Do have paddle shifters on this trim. They are nice silver accented. Automatic headlights with automatic high beam assist. Regular wipers. To the left of the steering wheel, you have your gauge dimming, your lane keeping assist on off, trunk release, traction control off, electronic parking brake. Moving on to the infotainment system, this is the 10.25-inch navigation infotainment system found in many Hyundai models. It's very easy to use, has a ton of features built in. It's only wired Android Auto and wired Apple CarPlay, like I've mentioned in many of my other videos. The only systems that support wireless is the 8-inch systems without navigation from Hyundai. So keep that in mind, only wired. But again, lots of features with this infotainment system, and it's very easy to use. Dual zone automatic climate control with heated front seats. 12-volt outlet, 2 USB-A ports, 1 charge only. Wireless charging pad as well as your Hyundai digital keypad right down here in the center console. Push button gear selection with gloss black accents around it. Not a huge fan of the gloss black or the amount of it here, as it might show fingerprints and get dirty pretty easily. But overall, not too bad. 2 full-size cup holders with a phone slot in the middle. Here's your key fob, the proximity entry. It does have remote start on the key fob. Drive mode selection with your auto hold. So like I said, this has 4 drive modes that change with the digital gauge cluster. So you have custom, sport, normal, and smart. Very cool to see with the animations. Some more red accent stitching on the center armrest. It is nicely padded. Good amount of storage inside, not huge. No ports or lights or anything in there. You do have a dark black headliner. Auto dimming interior rear view mirror. Blue link. Here's your Google POI interest button, SOS emergency button, LED interior illumination, as well as your sunroof controls for that panoramic sunroof. It does extend the length of the vehicle and overall is a good size for the mid-size space. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back seat. The materials are going to follow through from the front, so you do have soft touch upper door panel as well as your padded armrest. There's more of your red accent stitching and suede on the seats. Now, if you do want rear seat legroom and stuff, this is where the Sonata has a slight edge over the Elantra, even though the Elantra does have quite a bit of space for the compact segment. But overall, this will give you a hair more room in the back seat versus the Elantra. Rear AC vents, 1 USB-A charging port. Your sunroof doesn't quite extend above the rear seats, but overall it lets in a lot of light. Center armrest with 2 cup holders in the back. Seats do fold 60-40 split. 1 map net pocket here on the passenger seat. But overall is a nice place here in the back seat. Very comfortable. I really do like these seats, both in the front and back with the two-tone suede and leather accents. Overall, that's like I said, that's one of the reasons why I do like the SEL Plus trim is the interior here. Let's go ahead and take a look at the trunk space. You have the hidden button here in the upper part of the Hyundai logo. I think that's very unique. Large trunk for this class of vehicle. Actually, I should say it's pretty competitive overall. I wouldn't say it's class leading, but it very well could be. Here's your pulls for the folding seats. some of your accessories here with the cargo net and mats. But yeah, overall, very good trunk space. And finishing up here on the passenger front seat, you're not going to find the same power controls as the driver's side, but you do have a 6-way manual passenger seat, which, like I mentioned in my Sonata SE video, 6-way manual passenger seats are not to be expected anymore, as many have gone to a 4-way, which loses the height adjustment. But there is height adjustment here on the Sonata, which is a nice benefit. Here you can see more of the soft touch dashboard. Glove box is damped, does not have interior lighting. But yeah, overall a nice space here on the Sonata SEL. So let's go ahead and pop the hood, take a look under there. So like I mentioned, this is the first trim of the Sonata to feature the 1.6 liter turbocharged engine. This gives you a slight increase in power over the base 2.5 liter naturally aspirated. This engine puts out 180 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque through an 8-speed traditional automatic transmission through only the front wheels. Now, if you do want all-wheel drive in this space, you're going to have to look at the Kia K5, which does offer all-wheel drive with this same drivetrain. And if you're at all familiar with the Hyundai Kia lineup, then you know the 1.6 liter turbo is often paired to like a 7-speed dual clutch transmission. And that's one reason why I like the Sonata in general, is because you get the traditional 8-speed automatic, which overall would just provide a smoother driving experience, as the dual clutch can be jerky at times. But that's just the nature of a dual clutch, as it does shift a little bit faster, but you also feel a little more engagement in the transmission and vehicle overall. So that's going to wrap up this video on the 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL Plus. If you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please hit that like button below. It greatly helps out these videos and the channel. So this is actually the first video I'm filming after we surpassed the 1,000 subscriber mark yesterday. So thank you to everybody who has supported and subscribed to the channel thus far. I really appreciate it. And as the channel continues to grow, hopefully that will unlock some new opportunities with new vehicles here in the future. So make sure to stick around for that. I fully expect some new opportunities to be explored here in the future. And as always, I enjoy engaging with you guys in the comment section, so feel free to leave a comment on every video. It doesn't have to pertain exactly to what the subject of the video is, but I definitely appreciate those that have experience with the vehicles we're looking at, or just have a common consensus on the vehicle. It definitely could help people that are looking to purchase one. So make sure to leave a comment on this video. Let me know what you think of the Sonata SEL Plus. And like I mentioned briefly at the beginning of this video, I do think the SEL Plus Sonata is a good trim that gives you many of the features and creature comforts that the Limited does, minus some of those technological features, for a little bit lower of a price point. Like I said, this is just over $33,000 now, including destination, which I think is fairly competitive in the class, again, considering the feature benefits that it offers. So I think that's pretty much going to wrap up this video. Once again, thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you guys are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And as always, I hope to see you guys in the next one.